Hey, hi everyone, welcome to the another new video. So if you are a student and looking to buy a laptop, so this is a perfect guide for you. So imagine if you are entering into the second year or third year of engineering, and a lot of people already started coding and building the projects, and they're ahead of you, and you have decided to buy the laptop for your coding journey as well. And if you want to code DSA and if you want to build the projects, so what kind of laptops you need to choose? If you are decided to buy a laptop and if you watch Amazon or Flipkart, you will see hundreds of laptops and you might get confused which one to purchase, right? So that's why we have made this video for you guys. Unlike other channels, like we don't suggest for this price purchase these type of laptops, or we are not promoting any websites as well. So in this video I will give you the ideology, or I will give you the information what kind of specifications you need to take care for your purpose. So that's why I will give you a complete flow of the entire details. So just dive into this. First point, you need to take care of what is the purpose. So the purpose I have decided into three parts. That is for the regular studies, and the second one is for programming, and the third one is, for example, if you want to go for the gaming or video editing, or if you want to use heavy softwares. So these are the three categories first you need to take care, and you have to decide which category you are belonging to. Okay, for example, the regular use means like for your studies or watching the tutorials, or if you want to do some documents purpose, everything the regular will come under. And here also you will do the basic coding, like very lightweighted softwares you can use. And when coming to the programming oriented laptops, you have to take bit little more specifications, where you will use bit high or heavy softwares for your coding purpose or to build the projects. And the third one is gaming and video editing or heavy softwares you will use for your high performance laptops is needed. So this is the regular three types. So please decide first which category you will belong to. The second one is you have to go for budget. So what is the budget? A lot of people will think like they will decide to purchase a laptop, and next what they will do, they will decide the budget, and they will see more number of varieties or small extra expansions like memory upgradation is there, or extra RAM we are getting, like that they will think, and they will slowly increase their budget. So don't do this. What I am telling you is, first fix your budget, then go for the laptop upgradations. For example, if you have a fixed budget, accordingly adjust the laptop specifications. Never ever go with like randomly with the amount. Why? Because if you increase the specifications, automatically budget also will get increased and you will waste a lot of money. So in this video I will tell you how wisely you can choose the laptop, and so that you are in the good budget friendly, right? And for that we need to discuss about four key factors. I'm just scrolling bit. So the four factors are, the first one is storage. I'm writing here, the page is just closed. So first one is storage, and the second one is RAM, third one is processor. Actually processor is the heart, but I discussed at the third level. So next is graphic card. Okay, the first one, storage. Storage is divided into two categories, that is SSD and HDD, right? So HDD cost is very less when compared to SSD, but performance also very high when compared to HDD. So I suggest for the recent laptops, if you want to pick the SSD ones, and if you don't have a budget, take the combination of both. For example, you don't have to take 256 of SSD or 512 SSD or 1 TB SSD. 256 GB and 512 GB or 1 TB SSD. These are a bit expensive. But if you don't have any budget, what I suggest is go for 128 SSD plus you can go with 512 GB HDD. Like this, you can adjust your budget as well, so that it will come for less cost, as well as you have a good amount of memory to store your content, whether it may be photos or videos or audio, right? Or if you have a sufficient budget, go with 256 SSD. And if you are looking for the programming, I suggest 256 is more enough. Or if you want to do a lot of projects on heavy based, 5 is also fine. Up to 512 is more than enough. 1 TB SSD will be much costlier, and it will cross around 80K or 75K around that. Okay, total budget of the laptop I am saying, not only SSD. Okay, like this you can wisely choose. So according to the budget, please choose SSD or HDD, or based on the combination. I suggest SSD, next is combination with HDD. Don't go with directly HDD, it will be a bit slow, so it won't that much suggest you. For example, for the regular purpose you are using and you won't do that much coding, then you can take below 8 GB RAM. But if you are looking for coding and video editing and all, minimum 8 GB RAM is required. So for the programming purpose, minimum 8 GB more, or if you take 16 GB RAM, it's more than sufficient for the programmers as well as editors as well. So if you are a programmer, go with the 8 GB if you don't have budget, and if your budget allows, then go for 16 GB. Okay, and next coming to the processor. And also I would like to tell you one thing, in RAM also we have a categories, that is DDR4 or 5, and the next one is you have to choose DDR4 or 5, and also choose expandable. For example, your budget is not allowing to purchase high specification RAM. For example, 8 GB RAM you are purchased. Then what you have to ask or you have to check is whether RAM is expandable in that laptop or not. If it is expandable, you will get an extra slot, so that in the future when you have a money and if you want to upgrade your laptop, you can insert another 8 GB of RAM, so that it will become 16 GB. So wisely choose. The model is DDR4 or 5 you need to choose. If you choose 8 GB, please check for the expandable RAM or not. If you are choosing 16 GB, expandable RAM is not required. But if you want to increase in the future, you can take the expandable. Later you can insert the another 16 GB of RAM, it will become 32. For the gaming purpose, it is more smoother. Next, processor. The processor also have two categories. There are multiple processors we have, that is i3, i5, i7, i9. So to be open, for the very basic regular use for the schooling students, or who are go with the online classes and who want to study in online, i3 processor is enough. But as a programmer, as a engineering student, if you want to build the projects or do the coding and on the DSA, I suggest i5 processors more. So i5 processor is the best processors, and if you have and budget is allowing you to upgrade more, then go for i7 or i9 is also fine. But these are for heavy users. i7 and i9 are for heavy users, those who do it like gaming purpose or heavy softwares like editing, video editing, those who will do 4K video editing, those type of people will use i7 and i9 more. But if you are a programmer, more than i5 is enough. In the i5 also, you have to see the series as well. So okay, why? Because you have to check the generation and you have to go for the series as well. So i5 11th generation, i5 13th generation. If the generation is increased, the performance also will get increased. Based on the budget, choose i5 budget friendly versions. And also in the end, you will see series, U series, P series, H series. Never ever choose U series. Why? Because it is underperforming laptops. So if you choose U series, it might be very slow. You won't get that much performance what you needed, even you invested a good budget as well. So never choose U. You can choose P or H. P for programs and H for heavy usage. So under U means under usage, like you have to use, you can't use for heavy, right? Simply remember like that. U, never choose U, go with the P and H. So in the processor I have told you, and there are Ryzen processor also which are equivalent to this i5 and all processors you can go. And next, graphic card. Graphic card is not required for regular users as well as programmers. Graphic card is useful for example, video editing softwares and gaming purpose and ML models, machine learning models who have developed that. Those require the graphic cards. For example, if you are developing the Android apps, for these type of people, graphic cards are needed. But as of now, as a programmer, we don't need. You can compromise on it, okay? And sir, you are talking about completely Windows laptop. What about MacBook? Everyone will get it, right? So the third point we will discuss is which one we have to choose, Windows versus Mac. Why I am not talked a lot about Mac in the previous specification and all is nothing but as a student, you don't require Mac other than if you want to go for premium or if you want to look your laptop more expensive, and for example if you want high build quality. There is no special thing about Mac. If you see, all about performance. MacBook performance and Windows performance is almost similar and nothing different will be there. If with your Mac you won't get a coding in an advanced way, or with the Windows laptop you won't get any restrictions. All are same. But the thing is, Mac is like bit expensive, and that's why I am not talking about it. Why? Because we are looking for the budget friendly, and it won't give you anything. Just it will looks bit premium. That's it, and long lasting. Same things you will get in Windows with a budget friendly amount. So that's why I suggest for the students Windows laptop. Why? Because don't waste your parents' money. Invest them wisely and learn the things. And once you got the job and once you got settled, then invest your own money on your luxurious things. For me, MacBook is for luxurious. For your necessity, Windows laptop is fine. And also one more use case is there for the Mac. For example, if you want to build iOS apps, then you have to use MacBook only. Why? Because on Windows machines you can't implement the iOS apps. If you want to build Android apps, you can choose the Windows as well. Okay. So likewise, I'll always go with the Windows. Why? Because it's a money for value. So you can choose. Here in this video, I'm not talking about any laptops on any budget. Remember, with this knowledge, you can arrange the things and you can decide which one you need to choose. And next one, where I can compromise. I can compromise on looks. So many people or so many students will stuck here. They will see the laptop images they don't like, but specifications are good and budget friendly. They won't choose that. So don't do this type of mistakes. And again I'm telling you this. Looks doesn't matter. Or hardly 1 month. After 1 or 2 months, any laptop is fine. Why? Because it will look old, right? So no one cares about the look. So think about it, whether it is working fine for me or not. Then only choose those laptops. Don't go with the looks. And the second one, touch screen. We don't need touch screens. So simply you can directly choose any laptop simply. And you can compromise on the graphics. So as a student, for the programming, medium level laptops are enough. So you don't have to go with advanced ones. And which one I don't have to compromise? RAM. Don't compromise on the RAM. how much RAM is higher, then your laptop will be very quick. And don't compromise it SSD. Please must have SSD so that your PC will be or laptop will be bit faster. And last but not least, I would like to talk is about weight, or it will be based on screen size. Okay, two things. So always take a lightweight laptops. Why? Because you have to carry for your colleges and everything. If you take a heavy laptops, the heavy weighted laptops, it will be it will be like bit complex for you to carry, and it might be get damaged easily. And if you take screen size, don't take screen size too much big. Why? Because it will increase the size of the laptop, and automatically weight will be increased. And if you don't take very small screens, why? Because you have to invest your time on the screen like hours to learn the coding and to DSA problems. So take medium sized, like around 14-inch, 15-inch. It's more than enough. Okay. So likewise, choose your laptop. And the best brands I can suggest for the students are HP and Lenovo and Dell. I will suggest these three laptops more. Don't go with any other uh, so-called fancy laptops recently launching or the new brands that they are newly launching. Why? Because they don't have that much service centers, and they cannot be. If you want to replace any part, you can't do it very easily. But in HP, Lenovo, Dell, you will have a lot of service centers across the India, and also they are very comfortable and compatible, right? When you come to the HP, it is very strong build and premium feel. So if you want to get into the build quality and premium feel, go with HP. And if you want a reliable and good balanced across all the performance and all, you can go with the Lenovo. For example, if you want to go for safe and long lasting laptops, you can go with Dell. Why? Because they are very safe and very build quality was very good. So even it might be dropped around the small distances, Dell will be fine. Okay, so all these things you need to take care. And last but not least, the thing I would like to do is, as a student, if you are using for a regular use, and if you are a coder, if you are using for your programming intermediate level, and for as a gamer or the editor, if you want to build the apps or anything, as a student, go with i5 processor, 8 GB RAM, and 256 GB SSD. It's more than enough. If you are a coder, i5 processor with 11th or 13th generation with above P or H, and 8 to 16 GB RAM, or 8 GB with expandable, or 16 GB with 512 SSD, I recommend. And along with them, if you would like to go with the gaming or anything, definitely 16 GB must be there. And if you use i5 also, then install graphic card, or if you going with i7 and i9 is also fine with the graphic card, 2 GB or 4 GB graphic card based on your requirement. Or if you want to increase the performance of the your laptop, you have to increase the graphic card size also. So this is the final conclusion, we can do that. So remember, always purchase laptop wisely. See, simply, for example, if you want to take an example of bike, and if you would like to use for a regular purpose to go into the market, take the groceries, or to roam with the friends in a just very heavy traffic villages, you want to purchase sports bike, right? And for the long journeys, and if you want to travel like from one place to another place like 200 300 kilometers for the daily purpose, or sometimes you need to travel, right? For that you don't use regularly the scooty, right? So you will use better sports bike for the long distances, and for the short distances you use the scooty. So whatever the category you comes under, invest your money wisely and buy the budget friendly laptop. First fix your budget, based on that adjust your requirements, then later you can upgrade whenever you have money. But before only, don't invest unnecessarily money and after that, if you are not doing anything with the laptop, it's unnecessary, right? So this is about all about how and which laptop you can choose in the Flipkart or Amazon. This is a complete guide for you. Why? Because the big billion sales in Flipkart and the Great Indian Festival sales in Amazon is going to happen in the upcoming days. So you can use this information wisely and purchase your laptop for your coding journey. For more placement hacks and tech career, follow Prep Insta. Thank you.